chiria chia mache inyoranga chirangichiga nigo chiri kurwase chire chiri guririke iriria gatigati wekari guri iria bantabatinu moigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo wate emixa iyo wochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani wochoganiri erangiyiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na wokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayenyora wikirano tutarire rero eriwe nyorere abamanyi naboigo Ekeonga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumigite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo iyo erangene duka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simbwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Mirongo ibere na Isano na Ibere mutenyo gatatu mwaka wechiri bubere mirongo ibere na Isano mwanche muri Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere asenchira yo wenge nchenka treni Nyaboga Wilson makoro kora somo na bimanyeriro kora transmission Wilfred Matunda nero koneka bana chibicheche gana mariogi wikira chire asenchira yo wikira no karansoke tokomanye na boyigo tokoseme gatiari aberega konekiwa korwa imena isko yorogongorwa gusi. Na togo chaka mambia rero nigo abanyakenyoro korwa iti kanonda ewodi ya nyakwa ebungi ya kitutu chache South county ya Kisii babo kaningana yogo chane ogosengana embe eyemagega yo mubere b'umusao yo mugotoka gesona mu abande asasiretie obugima bwa Chinchira cyobotutukana gose kasirete obugima bwaye gwetera Chinchira cyobotutukana asabono ingane yo yairera basaye goseme wana kuboriwa gotigana gotumika ebinyuwa byo gotinda nabo igo oboseme nigo bwarure gochasibari bakwenga nabo igo konya maro gotigana no bonchirire obu nakoriga obonchirire bonde obonga borabakonye ase amatuko arebosioni go bono umugambya bwenseme yo nabantu bonsi besokire nakuboria obotukiko chakiwa eri kumanya bene ekikeirera umusawo yugo siria obugimo bwaye nabo igo bunenchira ya moyo kwenekia obwene bumusawo yo nabo igo efamilia yaye
Akio mwana na karajiga kagime kamukorera igagaki
amalieta nesta nyancha mama jeni wande ngina moke mwana uyu igatenis urali jena abo kamambi sama ko kamambi getuko asoko genda anje nari gimbo kenchiche mata sinkonchiaro le tugunsa igakwane sinde metaise lakini nasi nwakoboka acha konyore simye kondangalinga ki inchude ni si ara ile mwafanyisi denisi oro denisi womana ngo minyoka goje amana nanyo denisi no ara ile gabu ara ile bogeka Amanyinga korumonwa obokima gosigari ete gosigaru katinto manyeti. Ngo boli fanisi amanyane ngaki fanisi. Ngaki bwana omwana yago kwera agaiga. Ngagache tena abande bagatira bakamotiga agaiga nchenka bwanko bokale.
Somebody tanko Sylvester. Olo inchiga iga bongo motumi tubikenywe tubasinya ina. 82 inje wanda 81. Bona ikinege ntibiwo kumiya korekanire. Onye ndi abantu bari kuwanje. Turi yinjira turanyara komenya muri mugondo nero utawona insaye.
Charles Nyamuso, Mwasisa Nchiwiranda, Kisii and Nyamira location. Na indirero mambi yabono na nuri reportinga omwana kurukwa Dennis Ondieki Omanda otokire bakwete ase compound yoyo mugwe kinyoro yaito. Na wana ikororo na witness no maene mwana na bakwete na ende ligakorora kananga no muntu okurwa manyi kwimyora yemo. So na imuke step yo karagiria basigari oikira se bome yo twanyore nga maene mwana inasirete na ende we are trying to invest manyanga ngakiumono yare gosira.
Chani kabisa mwancho mura tugutigana nayo umuraibwensi ya Kenya muske daktari William Samoei Ruto nigo ainekeria bakenya bonse bunensi ya Kenya nigo se serikali nige erwete nabo igo nige bigete umukia wokweneka magendo na nsemo teyo erachi gutigarara magega ase amagendo imensi ya Kenya okwana ase gikaro na bare kuro asoro gongora western muraibwensi nigarire ira nagoteba nigarachi koneka buna emiradi gosemiro birende yonsi ya magendro eyo etigarete njira ase chinsemo imensi ya Kenya nigo erachi kwera bosio osenigo irache kwera nyuma tutareka bochori wo mwaka 2027
as people's representatives and areas that you need to focus so that we can use the infrastructure of government to drive the development of our country. Over the last couple of months we have brought different teams together. And because we have brought different teams together under the broad-based arrangement, we are making steady progress in the right direction. Ningependa kuwashukuru kwa sababu ya vile tumeshirikiana.
Tokogenda ase bunge ritkuria rero nigo ebunge ya Senate egenderete nebikaro byaye elikurigireria byana gukwanera engana yechibesa gose engana yokwenana nabo yokomento chibesa gochia ase county yani gago cha matukoma kaigo magaya bagavana kwemurunganiria na korera okokianirwa wechibesa chirichigo tomwa ase county asabono abagavana abo bachete mutwe na koje serikali amatuko aneoka kurigireria engana yechibesa echichigo tomwa gochia ase county
because of the inevitable delay in the report being ready. The report which was done by the committee is actually much better. Colleagues will receive it because it clearly demarcates the schedules, the money from donor funding, conditional grants, and all other monies that need to go to every county. Number two, there is also clarity what every county has gotten in terms of donor funding, the FLOCA money, and all these other monies which have been in the program. I'm sure this House is aware that governors have already pronounced themselves. In fact, they were giving us 14 days so that they can make sure that this document is tabled here so that we can approve the money. My honest observation is that yes, just as much as governors are our partners, and we really want them to succeed, and we want to make sure that the funds are utilized well and effectively. We are beginning to feel that our governors are not giving us the best. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the audit discussions that have been taking place for the last 2 weeks, you'll realize that there's a lot of misappropriation, waste, and misuse of public funds. Audits are not up to date.
Is that the counties will now access a whopping 50.5 billion. It is there. It is there. We just passed it today and counties will access 50.5 billion. Why would a member of the National Assembly not support that money going to the county where he comes from? And all counties are benefiting. Leader of the majority in the Senate, leader of the majority in the National Assembly, the presidency, you must bring the leaders together. We stop this nonsense.
Funding on the side of counties. And some of these donor-funded projects, unfortunately, bound are such that if it gets, say, to the end of this financial year, then the loan expires and you have to renew the instruments, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, it's a very, very untidy situation. I hope that this never happens again. I don't recall a time where we have moved, actually, a bill for funding to counties this late into the financial year. This, unless my memory is failing me, to the best of my knowledge, this is the latest it has ever gotten to. And it's really unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. So what are some of these schedule of funds, Mr. Speaker, that from the national government share of revenue? It includes, Mr. National Government share of revenue. It includes, Mr. Speaker, funds that are so basic, such as the construction of the county headquarters.
Rero nigo muwaziri wekeganja serikali Muske John Mbadi aikirana bose wekamati budget ase bunge nene irikuiranira amavorio igoro muswada bokubaga chibesa anene aso mwaka yega goso mwaka 2025 nabo igo obutumiki bwechibesa echo.
Look at is national interests, and those national interests are expounded there under Article 203(1)(a). That will take about 101 billion. Public debt is given prominence under Article 203(1)(b). That will take, that is debt repayment together with interest payment, 1.6 trillion. Pensions, contribution, constitutional services, and other obligations, that is the other CFS, takes 239. There is other national obligations of 518. Emergencies will be allocated 5 billion. Equalization fund, as I mentioned above, is 10.6 trillion, which again is a component of those two, the allocation for the year and the arrears. Total mandatory expenditure, about 2,481,000,000. You can see we have no leg room at all. So the balance that we should have shared is only 353 billion. Out of that, we are proposing to give counties 417 billion in total. That 417, 405 is shareable revenue. 2 billion will be an unconditional grant, or 2.9 billion, and then 9.9 billion will be conditional additional allocations from national government share of revenue, which then will add to other donor-funded support or development partner support in terms of conditional allocations. This fiscal deficit in financing other major government functions has always occasioned additional borrowing, which continues to distort the fiscal framework set out in the annual budget policy statement and further undermining government fiscal consolidation plan. So over the years, after taking into account all the mandatory expenditures contemplated under Article 203(1) of the Constitution, there has always been minimal and sometimes, as shown above, no resources left to finance other national government obligations such as defense, roads, energy, etc. The third issue is financing constraints due to limited access to finance in the domestic and international financial markets. Kenya's borrowing fell short of the targeted access for both domestic and foreign financing respectively over the years. The same trend has also been recorded in the first half of the financial year 2024-2025. Mr. Chairman, accessing finances has become a challenge. Actually, we need
Wabotenu omoske adendware ni abo nababwatani ni go basege tiraba Kenya komenya amono morembe na gotiga titabauti cyage siasa obokabira na boigo ase chidini abara yabo ni go boigo baereire na gosegeta ba Kenya oseni go baereire aba Kenya obuya bwo komenya amono morembe na boigo banchaine una bantu bense eyemo asebono bachire mutwe na koyetogia ensi ya Kenya bunense bwato bwase oku obwamato obuya amasikani na boigo ebwate obosibore asa ba Kenya bonse.
Please, let's all cherish that space of freedom of worship And our constitution is even very clear that you cannot discriminate a citizen of this country based on his religion, on his dress, on the food of that religion. Our different faith, be it Islam or Christianity or Hindu or Sikh or others, underscores the need for us in our different capacities to foster peace, to foster unity, and to foster tolerance.
In the world, there are various places people do not have peace. Around us, just within the region, look at the Sudan, what is going on. South Sudan, DR Congo, Somalia. I ask all the Kenyans from different backgrounds, from different races, from different religion to embrace peace and unity.
I think we're very lucky to have the kind of values we have in Kenya, which is a pluralistic nation that encourages freedom of faith, that encourages diversity, and for that we thank God and we thank our political leadership as well.
So what are we saying is we need to respect each other. Even let us all believe in what we believe in, but humanity is the word. And it should not be, religion should not be a tool to be used to segregate humanity.
Korobia makweri anene mono kiraba swati wako gongia bigendreta comment kana imiyense ya Kenya ritukuria rero nigo ekiombe kiriki abanyagitari baba swati gose Kenya obstetrical gynecological bakobwatirana na abanyagitari bali bokoiboria bari asegikaremo asegikaro imiyo mucho Nairobi eriko kwanda chinjira cyo gotoria baswati nabo igogokiania amakweri anene mono kero abaswati bako gongia.
In action, the cost of inaction. So you say advocacy, Prof. Bimbo will do that, or Anne will do that. That's the champion we know. Cost of inaction. My students are here. You'll still remain my students even much as you've qualified. And you know the kind of noise I make. And I keep saying, be louder than I am. But most of us, somebody else will do that. Somebody else will do that. Excuse me, put your boots and do the walking and the talking. I keep saying, step up, step out, speak out. In Figo, they now know there's a noisemaker that we are familiar with. And I make noise anywhere. I wish I had gone to GLN. That's Ramaphosa. Yeah? But in all honesty, you've got to be counted. That's the accountability I'm talking about. Financing is a big elephant. And whether we like it or not, we've got to think about it. But I can ring fence financing for M&H. But is it going where it's supposed to go? That's the more critical question to be answered. Again, Saram. There's Serem and Saram. Yeah? Service readiness and availability to make a difference. So if you're saying you're going to take care and survive my premature baby, because a lot of the babies are coming out prem. Am I correct, pediatricians in the house? And we have something we're calling now the Prem Prep 5. Prem Prep 5. I won't go into details. But there are certain things you can do to make that premature baby survive better. 5 things that you need to do. But have you put your money in the right place? What does that mean? I then look at Professor Ogengo. The research agenda.
Mwancho Morea kurase mese Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere ritukeria Alhamis asenchira yo obwenge nchenga treni Nyaboga Wilson makori kuraso mona boy manyiriro Wilfred Matunda nero ganeta koneke muna chibiche chigana marogi wekera chire asenchira yo wekera nukorende Chinsa 10 ninchikwera naga igase mese Ekeonga Chinsa 10 koretra yo mona yande asenchira yo obwenge genda gotwara borige borobia na boigo botweru asemirobia Getembe TV ekobwatia twakoganire borige borobia asomuro vibes on vibes uyora chikoreto na DJ Reels asika gitari Getembe genda kubwatia mirobia yonse ya Getembe TV eribwesemi bwegoke na bwego bwe manyichinga kichance bye bye tumirani Chinsa 10 asemese Ekeonga.
Superstores nero eduka asorgo nguriga rwa South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati rolling mills eyuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achabwirigirie amabati anda usialia utagete showroom yeto nigo enkale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokie riso yao chingagi ogoswasa liga kurigiriria amabati aiga ntobwate team tempo abo bago kolemiremo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho teberia kende gensi uraganie bago teberia company ya mabati rolling mills niko babwate amabati chingenjo au ayuare ye chikala au na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges au bunabono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibigo babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emeronge tato asama mabati alia ye chigage emeronge bere na Isano na Isato mbabwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na boigo web design babwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chaco gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na boigo na green obutambe gwe mabwate liga niko bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabati liga ase nyumba yao tutari lero ase ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabati yu akomenya segeka ayo guchane warrant na boigo ayo orakoberwa ikasure asubwango eduke yiga ya ouru superstores igiye gutoka se enyumba ya ouru complex niyo muchuyigo busongo iyo erangene duka ya Safaricom boigo ngotoka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetra seti namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Enyagitari ya Self-Care Medical Center asentunden tangane aseriro bariegusi nigo egokoretera a free general medical camp terike mirongo ibiri na isano na isatu mirongo ibiri na kenda ni terike mirongo itatu cy'umutiyiga ugatatu umukoyega asenyagitari yo inti barabe bakurigireria general consultation mangana maiso mother child health goes MCH na boigo family planning na yende amange incho umerne n'abanyagitari kuri Chinsa cyomoiko na isko yeririba yegusie inyorega uchakerense ya mubwika Chinsa kende cyomugazo agirege kugera nabo uranyorwe neribaga incho origererigwe oringurigwe obosape as a free general medical camp asamange bakrese mese number 0799747414 onde orinaiguri riasha inchuli tkerio oiranerigwe ekwera abamanyi bashamba tuke asensemeyo Self-Care Medical Center igere mbarabare ne kanisa ya Gekomu SD asumuche umwembe.